My life in a garment factory. I was 12 when I started to working. So definitely it was tough. It was a sweatshop factory. I worked a long shift, 14 to 16 hours was very common, 7 days in a week. And even I worked 23 days in a row. So, and I was making approximately $6 per month by working like over 450 hours. So that was like how life looked like in those days. No union rights, you cannot, no voice, you cannot talk. That it is death trap factories as well. There was a time that we went for a strike without knowing even law, because we went for a strike because the company wanted to pay us less for the overtime that even they used to pay, and we said no, you cannot do that. I mean, we have a plan with that money. So, and then we went for a strike and we won the strike.
মানে দুইটা সিঁড়ি চাই, যে একটা সিঁড়ি বাইরে দিয়ে থাকবে এক, আর দ্বিতীয় হচ্ছে আমরা বলতে যাচ্ছি যে শুনেন, ফ্যাক্টরিতে শুধু সিঁড়ি থাকলে শ্রমিকরা বের হয়ে যায় তা না, আমরা 1 লাখ টাকা ক্ষতিপূরণ দিয়ে দিব। আমাদের শ্রমিকদের জীবনের বা বাংলাদেশের কোন মানুষের জীবনের বা পৃথিবীর কোন মানুষের জীবনের মূল্য 1 লাখ টাকা হতে পারে না। শ্রমিকদের জন্য এটা প্রযোজ্য হওয়া উচিত। আমরা দেখি যে নির্মাণের কাজ করতে গেলে শ্রমিকরা ছাদ থেকে পড়ে যাচ্ছে।
Lately we found that among those strikers 20 of them fired, and then they were like looking for an organization where they can help, and somehow I came to know that, and I started learning the law in that organization, learned the law, become a union organizer at my factory, become a union president, and at the age of 16 I got fired and blacklisted. So they didn't give me a job any other factories as well, because they sent my bio along with photos that I'm a troublemaker in everywhere. So that was the life, and then I joined with the union as a labor educator and union organizer. So since then it is just go on. It was like overwhelming. Like we have been overwhelmed about the Tashveen factory fire that was happened November 24th, 2012. So, we couldn't recover from that, trauma. And meanwhile, you have Rana. It's like, I can remember that I couldn't sleep whole night, and I cried all the time. And it gave me guilt as an activist that, oh gosh, how little I could even do. I couldn't save these people. I mean, I could do even better. Though my work is limited because I'm not the company. I'm not the factory owner who can pay and repair these, factories. But what I can do, I can raise voice. I can come, talk to the consumers who are the most powerful, because they are buying the clothes from these stores. So, it was so overwhelming, so painful, so heartbreaking, but it has made me strong too, to talk and raise voices to have a safe working place. Loblaw, Hudson Bay, Lululemon, Sears, and others. So they have responsibility for these workers because they source from Bangladesh. So especially Loblaw, they were sourcing from the factory called Rana Plaza, which has collapsed, and it is over 1,100 workers died and more than 1,000 workers are injured. So the Loblaw has signed the accord, which is called Accord for Bangladesh Fire and Building Safety. It is legally binding, which is great, but Loblaw still has a responsibility to pay full and fair compensation to the workers who are making clothes for them. On the other hand, the company like Hudson Bay, Lululemon, Sears, and others, and definitely other companies, maybe not Canadian, but sell clothes in here, they need to sign this accord, and who are responsible to pay, not all of them, who are responsible to pay the full and fair compensation to the workers. They should pay that. So I'm here to talk to the various group in here with the union, media, and everyone, that to tell this company to act right. First of all, not buying is not the solution. If you don't buy, that would be boycott, and boycott would be suicide for those workers. Like, if I would be in the factory, it would be same. If I lose job, then what I would do? I need this job, but I want this job with a dignified way. as my worker says in back home. So the consumers, you have a very important role to do. Go to this company and tell them that we are buying clothes from you. We are making we and workers making you profit. So it is your responsibility to make this workplace safe, to ensure that these workers get a better wage, decent wage, and also they have union voice at their factories.
I feel like it hit the news big when it happened, and then it just sort of died down. And so we felt like what a good opportunity a year later to go back. Over 1,000 people died, and they still haven't been compensated fully. And so we want to remind the corporations that were involved that they do owe the money, and they are responsible, and they have to do something about it.
$40 million US is needed to fully and fairly compensate the injured and the families of those killed. Children Place profited from the cheap labor of these workers, yet it failed to take sufficient responsibility for this disaster.
The message for Children's Place is we're not going away, and we're going to keep targeting you until you do the right thing.
Children's Place, you're a disgrace!